There are those showers that I mentioned before. They'll try and make their way over the bay and maybe into South Jersey. Otherwise, I think we're more dry than anything else, but just also chilly and a little dreary looking, not necessarily actually rainy and dreary.
Nice beach day. The waters were rather inviting as those were in the upper 70s. We are in the low to mid 80s, even along the immediate coastline. 83 in the HT as we take a look at our current conditions. This past weekend, Saturday into Sunday, we had a warm front lift up to the north, and that opened the door for the surge of warm air that we're seeing right now from 78 to 89 degrees on Sunday and Labor Day, culminating with the 92-degree day yesterday, the first 90-plus degree reading since
Hot
July 8th.
coffee wasn't a bad thing.
Absolutely
it was
not.
actually good to have that this morning, but at the same time, it was refreshing. Wasn't humid, wasn't hot. But this isn't what we want to see. Late May, borderline
Taking a look at what's
June.
going on right now around the country. I know you are not a fan of what's going on right now, including in the Northeast, where we only have temperatures in the 30s and even up into the 20s towards portions of Buffalo, New York. You, however, would maybe be a little more of a fan down towards New Orleans. 64 degrees down in the Big Easy, 72 right now in Miami. No, you'd be a fan of warmer weather. I think the latest trends on this particular system have been warmer, which means rain for us. Granted, even the previous trends were still rain, but it also means snow retreats further to the north towards the Adirondacks and then southeastern Canada. So this will be a decent soaking rainfall for us very late Sunday going into the day on Monday. To South Jersey, a below average day today, at least if you looked at it from the high temperature perspective. 41 your high today at Atlantic City International Airport, or average 45, but we did get off to a milder start to the day. 34 degrees the low. That is going to drop by the time the 11 o'clock news rolls around as we are nice and clear, which is going to help us cool down even more. Those calm winds outside are also going to help us. No rain, no snow. The latter of those two precipitation types does not appear in the forecast. The former does, and more than once. Let's take a time lapse of CIO City as we see the cloud cover at first, but then the sunshine was able to break through and we were able to at least close the day on a rather nice note. This is, by the way, the first bank of CIO City Cam on our CRDA Weather Cam network. All 6 cameras today really showed the same view as we all were able to improve over the course of the afternoon. 34 degrees your temperature now at the airport with a wind chill of 28, west winds at 7 miles per hour. Barometric pressure still climbing at 30.13 inches as high pressure builds in more and more from the north and west. 22-degree dew point puts our humidity at 61%. These were our high temperatures today. We could have been a little bit warmer if that cloud cover got out of here sooner, but in terms of sunshine, better late than never. 41 in Hamilton and Vineland today. Same goes for the Marina and Atlantic City. Either side of 40 through Cape May County, 42 in Millville, 43 your high temperature today over in Philadelphia. We'll zoom out a little bit more. Really not a whole lot of cold air to speak of. 28 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 31 in Chicago. Warmer down south, 51 in Atlanta, mid-60s down towards San Antonio. But our major weather maker, or lack thereof, was high pressure building in. Now, we did have some moisture down towards the surface today. So that set us up for what we had seen just a couple of days ago. We had the low-level moisture. We had temperatures that climbed with elevation, which is not usually what we see. You combine that together, we get cloud cover. This time around, we were able to compensate for that, and we were able to clear out, thankfully, through the afternoon, going on into the evening as high pressure continues to move on over. Now, as we go through the weekend, it's going to be a bit of a 50-50 split, a nice battle between sunshine and cloud cover as low pressure just barely clips the region. The second area of low pressure we're going to keep an eye on gives us our first chance of rain. That's late Monday going into the day on Tuesday. So while it's not the best day in the world to go and travel to where you need to be for Christmas, Tuesday could be worse. It could be what we're going to see on Christmas Eve as we keep an eye on another area of low pressure, a stronger, larger, and more potent one that forms further over to the west, giving us a rather good opportunity for some rain and wind. And we have to keep an eye on the coastline as well, with a secondary area of low pressure expected to develop and then move up to the northeast. That would enhance our rainfall amounts, primarily the further south and east you go. The good news, however, is that although Christmas is not expected to be white, it should at least be dry, and it will feel like Christmas with temperatures back down to where they should be for this time of year. More updates through the evening and beyond. You can always follow me via social media on Facebook and Twitter. I'll have another update coming up for you later on this evening on NBC 40's weather webpage. Mid to low 20s on the mainland, near 30 on the coast. coastline tonight for overnight lows, partly cloudy, nice and calm, and we stay calm through the day on Saturday. Low 40s your high temperature then for the first half of the weekend, mid 40s for the second half with partly cloudy skies. There's our first chance of rain Monday night as we take a look at the 7-day, but look at those temperatures climb though. We surge into the 50s come Christmas Eve, but at least we feel like late December as we go towards Christmas Day, and if you're up in Canada, even Boxing Day. Not looking too bad either.
Yes, boxing not as...
No.
No, not